Where is Peng Shuai? It's been 16 days now. Peng Shuai is one of China's biggest sporting stars. A former vice premier reportedly sexually assaulted her. More than 2 weeks back, she revealed her story. And since then, she's been missing. On the 2nd of November, she posted this. A complete account of the sexual assault, the horror that lasted 10 years, she said. China's former premier, Zhang Gaoli, was named. Peng Shuai said he forced her to have sex and then forced her into a relationship. It was an intermittent and abusive affair that lasted almost a decade. Peng Shuai dared to go after one of China's most powerful men, and now she's being silenced by the Chinese state. For 2 weeks, we've been telling you about Peng Shuai, the allegations, China's censorship, the global response, and the solidarity from the tennis world. Leading names in world tennis have issued statements. Names like Novak Djokovic, Naomi Osaka, and Martina Navratilova. They want justice for Peng Shuai. What is China's response? Well, first they feigned ignorance, as if nothing had happened, as if silencing Peng and her followers in China will do the trick. It did not. Global criticism against China grew. The hashtag "Where is Peng Shuai" started trending the world over. So China tried to kill the story with this sham. This is supposed to be the latest statement from Peng Shuai. It's on your screen. It is complete and total denial. It says the allegations of sexual assault are not true. It says Peng is at home and everything is quote unquote fine. So what happened here? Is this really a denial from her, or is Peng Shuai being held hostage? And I'll tell you why I ask that. Because of the dubious nature of the statement that has been released. First of all, the statement was not released by Peng Shuai herself. It came from a Chinese state mouthpiece. It's an exclusive from CGTN, or China Global Television Network. They are the ones who put out the statement exactly like this. There is no letterhead, no PDF, no piece of paper, just a screenshot. And it gets more bizarre. Let's zoom into this statement. I want you to look at the third line of the text. There's a cursor there, the kind you'll see when you open Microsoft Word to write something. It's right next to the letter A. You can see it on the screen. And we aren't the only ones who spotted it. A lot of people on social media are talking about this cursor, like this man. Is this really a statement from Peng Shuai, or did someone from the Communist Party just type this up and released it in Peng's name? I know what you're thinking. Why is this cursor such a big deal? Maybe someone was just sloppy. They did not care to remove the cursor before releasing that statement. It happens. It makes sense. But it doesn't make sense when you hear the rest of the story. When CGTN released the statement, they said it had come in an email. Let me read out what they said. Chinese tennis star Peng Shuai has sent an email to Steve Simon, the WTA chairman and CEO. CGTN has learned. This is what they said. So they say this was an email sent by Peng Shuai to Steve Simon, the chairman and CEO of Women's Tennis Association. Are emails supposed to look like this? Even the recipient of the so-called email does not believe it. We have a response from Steve Simon himself. And this is what it says. The statement released by Chinese state media concerning Peng Shuai only raises my concerns as to her safety and whereabouts. I have a hard time believing that Peng Shuai actually wrote this email we received or believes what is being attributed to her. The WTA and the rest of the world need independent and verifiable proof that she is safe. I have repeatedly tried to reach her via numerous forms of communication to no avail. He could not have been more direct. The highest ranking official in women's tennis is calling out China's lies on the record. You would now expect Beijing to say something, at least acknowledge what's happening. You'd be wrong. Even after today's events, China's official position has not changed. They're still pretending like it's not happening.
Are there any other questions about Peng Shuai? Please ask them all in one go. My reply is very simple. This is not a foreign affairs matter. and I'm not aware of the relevant situation you mentioned.
有关情况。
Don't be surprised. China doesn't want to acknowledge the allegations because then it will have to take some action. And that will put China in a tough spot, which is why it is censoring the story at home. This so-called email was for the rest of the world. This sham of a statement was to silence the rest of the world. It has not been reported by domestic media in China. In fact, there's a blanket ban on news about Peng Shuai in China. When the story first came out, the Chinese censors went into an overdrive. They removed nearly 600 references to it from the Chinese internet. 600. Of course, they blocked Peng Shuai too. Her Weibo account was hidden. Weibo is Chinese social media. Her account was hidden. Comments on her profile were disabled. And that doesn't mean that no one in China has heard this story or read about it. Despite all the efforts of the Communist Party censors, the story did get out. Some feminist groups decided to protest. I want to show you what they did. Some buildings in China were lit up with these messages. Where is Peng Shuai? This is what they say. Me Too in China. Say no to sexual harassment, gender-based violence and discrimination. And Chinese women breaking the silence. What a brave act in a country like China. We say more power to them. They're keeping the story alive. They're becoming the voice of Peng Shuai. And they're making the Chinese leadership nervous. Today's stunt by China makes two things very clear. Number one, China desperately wants to get this story out of its way. It wants the story to go away. And number two, the world should be worried about Peng Shuai's safety. This screenshot is not a word of assurance. It only raises concerns. It is an unsigned document released selectively to a state mouthpiece, to a channel that has a reputation of airing forced confessions from political detainees. CGTN, they've done it before. A few years ago, a couple appeared on this same network, CGTN. Peter Humphrey and Yu Ying Zheng. They were wearing orange prison vests. They were handcuffed. The couple was accused of trading personal information illegally. CGTN aired this across the world. The British media regulator Oxfam saw this as a forced confession. CGTN was not only fined for airing forced confessions, its license to broadcast in the United Kingdom was revoked. Peng Shuai's story is a bit like this one. It's like a hostage crisis where captors force hostages to record messages to show the world that all is well. So here's a question. Is Peng Shuai being held hostage by the Chinese state? The world needs to press Beijing for answers, demand verifiable proof of her safety. Until that happens, we won't stop asking the question, where is Peng Shuai? WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.